So welcome to Friday Fails, episode number 3. But
why?
Did he say, oh! Gosh, I needed that. Gosh, welcome to Friday Fails, episode number 3. I just want to make that a little slower for you guys. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because what we do is we take subscriber submitted videos and we break them down. We don't want you to crash anymore is really the answer behind it, and also we're just trying to, at the MX Factory, we're just trying to create a safer riding environment for the whole world. Isn't that crazy? All right, let's get right into this first one. I spit a little bit on your computer. This is Alex Lips. The following is crash footage of my second race at Glen Helen. I was lucky to have my dad filming right in front of me. See, that's what I'm saying. You need to have your dad filming all the time. So I included both GoPro on helmet footage as well as from the corner.
Extensive, I like it.
Was competing in Swap Moto Live race series. It's
Love
cool,
that
man.
channel.
Yeah,
Love that channel.
Yeah, that's a great.
Really like what Swap's putting out.
Yeah, he's swapping it. All right.
Another sunny day in Southern California.
Turn it up. Here we go.
Oh.
Boy, they're so far away from us.
They're going around.
Oh, they're going fast. So, is he leading? Did he say?
Oh! Down like a sack of taters,
yeah,
man.
Taters are sacked. Let me tell you about that much.
Woo! A little heavy on the front brake there.
Yeah. Oh, I got.
And he's out of braking position.
Yeah, sitting.
All right, so first thing I see is he's out of braking position. So when you're heavy on the front brake, which he was definitely heavy on the front brake, the front end's gonna squat down. You've got to redistribute that weight that's being transferred to the front end. So when you're standing, you can brake back, you can bring those hips back, bring that chest back a little bit. That's gonna transfer that weight. Aside from that fact, you can see there's a dry patch of dirt right on top that he was heavy on the front on. So typically your braking ratios are gonna be just a little skewed when it comes to braking on dry dirt. Rather than like 70-30, I would have probably been 60-40, 50-50, something a little bit closer to that. And on a turn that's crested like this, you want to stand all the way up and then sit on the back side of it. That's all I got.
Yep.
Hope that helped out there, viewers at home.
That was good. I'm just gonna add just a little bit to that.
Go ahead, just add some more sauce on there.
I think you might have sort of touched on this, but when you're coming up over a hill, you got to understand how your suspension's working in return to how your tires are gripping. So if your suspension's unloading, likely you're gonna lose grip. So if you're grabbing the front brake as your suspension's unloading, you're gonna lose the traction that you need, which is exactly what happened here. The second thing that I'm gonna add is open your corner up, right? You don't need to come in so straight like that. You're coming in way too fast to make the turn coming in straight. So you need to open your corner up, and you need less brakes when you have to turn less. Right, that's a 90-degree corner. You should go from outside of the track in the direction you're going to the very inside of that corner, back to the outside of the other part of the track that you were headed to.
You gotta sweep it. That was me sweeping, but it felt more like a golf club. Yeah,
that was a nice.
That was more like putt-putt.
That was putt-putt. But anyways, that's my 2 extras. So there you go. You will never do it again after we broke that down. He'll never crash again. That's great. That's the nice thing about people coming here. After they watch their video, they never crash again.
I don't like the title of this next one. Sorry, I got distracted already.
Yeah, me neither. All right, here we go. He is way late off the start.
Brett was sleeping. Maybe that's why he got hurt.
Oh, Brett!
Oh, it's the frantic. He stalled the bike on the gate. Now he's ripping. Is that a 252 stroke?
Oh, yeah.
35.
Wow.
He's ripping. That's a 252 stroke right there. She's barking.
Oh, look at those ruts. Nice. Stayed in
Nice.
the rut.
Smooth hitting the rut there.
Oh, did he get head checked?
Oh, he candlesticked it.
So first thing, don't bail. Don't bail. He bailed. You did loop it out, which we call.
I don't know if he bailed. I'm thinking he might have landed rear tire first, and the bike literally got ripped out of his hands.
I can't listen to the screams again.
Did he bail? I don't know, dude. I think he bailed. He bailed. Okay. You're right, I'm wrong.
He hadn't even hit the ground yet. He just knew it wasn't going to be good.
Jeez.
Dude, he's riding a grass bike.
He ate that back tire.
1997 CRT.
Hey, I like those graphics. 1-800-COLLECT-GRAPHICS.
All right, so if you're watching your bike and the way it's landing, you know that the bike was going to come back down to the 2 wheels. So the biggest mistake is that you jumped off. And I'm sure when you jumped off, when you landed is when the leg broke. Always, always, always let the bike take the first initial blow, even if you're out of control. There's suspension there, there's something there that's gonna soften the landing. It's almost like putting pads under you in a weird way. If you take that away, it's just you to the ground. However tough you are is how much you're gonna, how much you're gonna survive that, I guess, or get through that. But when you have the bike underneath you and you've got suspension there and there's a little bit of opportunity to, even if you were to land on the back tire and it looped out, you still are dispersing some of that energy with the back tire. So don't jump off. That's probably why the bone broke. While we came off the face, we need to go back and watch why we even looped it out, right? We need to know why we looped it out.
Boy, oh boy.
All right, let's get the volume back. Here we go.
Nice smooth rut.
You got a little head shake there. Ah, man.
Man.
I know, I can almost guess he broke the knees and pulled the bike
Yeah,
through.
that's exactly what happened. That's a very common beginner mistake that I see way too often. You never really want your knees in front of your ankles when you're standing. You always want your knees stacked over your ankles and your heels dropped a little bit.
Yeah, he candlesticked it for sure.
Yeah, he candlesticked it.
Yeah, so anyways, there's a little bit of a twitch in that straightaway before, and you went off the track and you came back on, so the anxiety was building. You weren't able to think and get in proper position. This is why racing as a newer rider, an inexperienced rider, is always risky. You've got to make sure that your foundation is really, really good before you start dropping the gate. Right?
Hey, cool points though. Honda 252 stroke, 1-800 collect graphics. I mean, you're cool.
Yeah, you're cool, but you are, I'm sure you're healed since this video, so that's good. The nice thing about broken bones is
they do heal.
They do heal.
They do heal.
Jason Poole, Opie here. Here in case it was gone. Oh, here in case it was gone. I don't know what he's saying, okay? His name's Jason. I'm guessing you guys didn't bother with this one because my subscribe name is Poolio.
He saw the one video when I was like, we checked to see if you're a subscriber.
I sent this in my Poolio6797 Gmail account.
And then he did
awesome to have
the
you guys
emoji.
break it down.
Facepalm emoji. He did that in there. You didn't let you didn't read that out. You have to read out the emoji so the people at home know what's going on in these emails.
Here we go.
This looks fun.
Yeah, look at this little cool trail.
Like a nice Sunday ride. What's going on? What's going to happen here?
She's speeding up way too much.
Oh boy.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
TTR 125 on the loose.
Ooh.
Whoa! Face plant.
And then Dad's gonna disrespect the pipe by running into it?
Face plant.
Oh, I hope she's not hurt. It looks painful, but I hope she's not hurt.
Throw that kickstand down.
Oh, get it in neutral, because that's definitely important.
There we go.
How'd you know?
I mean, oh,
we just gotta know if she's okay.
Could be a collarbone. Could be a collarbone.
All right, we watched the whole thing.
IMS shifter. Nice shifter. Good addition.
Let's just watch what happened. She got off the course.
Well, she got the old bouncy bounce going.
I think she just got off course.
Boing, boing, boing.
Oh, she tried to stand up. So this is the thing, when people try to stand up, they're like, oh, they was telling us to stand up, but then you crash right away. Well, the reason that you're doing this is because you only got 4 foot of room and you're going through jumps, basically.
Rollers, yeah.
And so it's not comfortable. You've got to get out on some easier terrain. If you don't have opportunity to do that, then that makes it a little more difficult. But it wasn't anything that she really did wrong other than just being inefficient with her standing.
Yeah.
And maybe the head was down. She drove off in the soft part of the sand, front end washed out. Face plant.
Maybe some object fixation. You get a little off balance and then you look over off your line and then all of a sudden you're going exactly where you look.
Yeah.
And then lack a good body position.
2 things you could work on. Eyes up so you know where you're going, and more efficient with your standing. Those 2 things would probably eliminate this from ever happening again. There you go.
Hope you're okay, Taylor.
Hope you're okay. We do. We really do.
Thanks for sharing, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Ghost Rider Productions.
Ghost Rider Productions. Hi, my name is Jeremy. I've been riding for about 8 months. This is my 2nd warm-up lap on this day, and I bit the dirt on a jump I've hit over 1,000 times. The track conditions were very bad and my rear tire got loose before the face of the jump kicking me sideways. I've been here many times before and saved it every time. The track was very dusty and I think my lack of vision caused me to be a little too far to the left this time, causing my rear tire to slide off the track, sending me over the bars. Keep up the great work. Always look forward to Friday fails. Well, here we go.
Thanks, Jeremy Cox, 1993.
You know, I really hope that they find us now that we're on a new channel, you know?
Yeah, me too, man.
What if they submit and they're like, man, they don't even do Friday fails anymore, but we do. All right, here we go. Ouch, with the X-ray at the end. Come on. Oh, crooked arm.
Been there.
Oh, man, I don't like this.
Got the old candy canes.
And he got his bars. He had to get new bars. All right, let's do
it's like he hit some chatter before the jump there.
You know what I call this crash?
A
Chad
crash.
Reed.
The Chad Reed. Oh yeah, Chad Reed Millville.
What was that?
2010, 2011?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
That was a gnarly crash. We need to break that crash down soon. But anyways, not much you can do about swapping out before the jump other than being ready for the rough stuff that's already there, right? So maybe just getting your eyes up a little earlier, looking for a different line. 95% of the time, there may be a rough spot, but there is a smooth spot around it somewhere, even on the roughest of tracks. So make sure that you're looking for those smooth lines, especially if you're going into an obstacle that requires you to be in good position. Aside from that, what you could have done to save it potentially, I don't know that you would have saved that one either way.
Yeah,
honestly.
he just got a little kick
were
and
too
it
sideways.
was slick and he's a little out of position. Oh man.
Squeezing the bike definitely helps that bike stay underneath you, but it also, you know, it can get you in trouble too, because if you're tight to the bike while it's slinging, then the bike's gonna sling you, right? So there are some times where you want it to kind of move around, but when it's moving, going through the rough stuff, you want to tighten up on it to keep it as stable as possible. That could have been something that you could have fixed to prevent this whole thing. It's hard to tell from this far, but yeah, you made it to Friday Fails. We're excited that you're here, and we hope that your wrist feels better than it looks, right?
Yeah, I hope your wrist is better. Left wrist.
L.
X-ray doesn't look good.
All right, perfect. You got anything to add to that?
No, I mean, you got it pretty good there. I don't really have much to add.
Okay, you go to the next one. You get the next one.
I'll take the next one.
All right, so what we're doing new in our new channel is that every episode that we're breaking down a pro crash too, because they're not invincible, and you need to understand that we all make mistakes and we all need a little critiquing.
We got that new in this channel,
This one we got Dylan Ferrandis.
Big fan of Frenchie. Big fan.
At
Great
Red
technique.
Bud, race 1 of the Nationals this year. Here we go. Coming down the hill, gets a little kick.
Ooh.
Oh man, that was not good.
Yep.
So
he's living the American dream though. Oh, there's that bump right there. They got him.
Yep. Okay, so there was like a G out at the end of that bump, huh?
Yeah, there was a G out at the end of that bump. He hit it seated. The bike was leaning this way, so that shock loaded, and he was on a camber, and then it kicked back the other way, and then he did the old kicky all the way down the hill until he smacked the ground.
So my real question for you, Cody, is how do you prevent that?
How do you prevent that? I think honestly his weight was a little far forward on something like that right there. Maybe being just a little bit far back would give him a little bit more lateral control, the back end, side to side. Oh yeah, this was just a crazy one all around. He was pretty far forward there. Maybe being a little bit more planted into the outside edge of the bike, having a little bit more weight in that outside foot peg, being a couple inches further back in the seat, yet still being over the bars would have given him just a little bit more stability on the bike right there. I think maybe he was just caught off guard by that bump right at the end, and he was pretty far up front on the bike, and I think he was off his line that he was doing each lap. He was a little inside there because he didn't want to follow the rider in front of him. So it just caught him off guard. He was a little out of body position. So yeah, I'd be a little bit more on the outside edge of the bike right there, a little bit more planted in that outside foot peg, probably just a little bit further back on the seat.
And another thing that you could think about is anytime you compress suspension, it's got to rebound,
Unload.
right?
Yeah.
And so it looked like to me when he was coming out of that corner, on top of what Cody said, is that he really sat into that last part of the berm. And when you really push into a berm to kind of pivot off of it, you've got to expect a rebound. And when it rebounded, the ground fell out from underneath him. So it was almost like another one of the mental laps where it's like he didn't realize that that action he was taking by trying to pivot off the top of that berm, that he was going to lose the ground to save that rebound. So the rebound just rebounded and he was in the air, so it had time for the back tire to move too far or more than he expected. And then when he landed, there was no controlling it, right? So I think, you know, just understanding what your bike is going to do by what you choose, what line you choose to take and wear out on the track is very important. And for him, again, he probably moved to a different line. Looked like it was still fairly early in the race. and maybe didn't know what the track had developed since the last moto or how it had developed since the last moto, and then boom, next thing you know, you're on the ground. So it's important to be looking ahead and also kind of being careful, so to speak, on that first lap while you're learning the track. These guys are going full pin the first track, and so it opens them up for, you know, a lot of risk. You at home shouldn't do that. You should use your first lap to create awareness, right? Stay in the pack, stay in the mix, but don't try to absolutely blow the doors off the track on the first lap ever, even if it's at a race. As you get better, that window gets a little smaller where you do have to push it a little harder on the first lap, but you also get better at studying the conditions as the day goes on from the sidelines. So yeah, I think that on top of what you said on the technique part was just like, you know, that intensity was a little high for what he was expecting, I think. So that was that. And if you liked watching these episodes, we actually have 2 more episodes. This is the 3rd episode, so we're climbing on up there. Make sure you click over here, and don't forget to check out our other channel where we do how-tos. If you haven't checked that out, it's just at the MX Factory, both on our Instagram and the actual YouTube page. Don't forget to like and subscribe and help grow this channel. We always greatly appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.